everybody? We're back again with another NFL game preview. We're going to be talking about the Lions and the Vikings here. The Lions coming off a heartbreaking loss last week against the Atlanta Falcons, a game which had a controversial ending, but it showed that they can play up there with one of the better teams in the NFL, in the NFC. NFL, NFC. The Lions are a dark horse right now. They look like one of the better teams in the NFC North, but you still have to be careful of the Packers. And for the Vikings, they're coming off a dominating victory against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers last week. So we'll look for them to continue that. Some key intriguing things to look at here is going to be, can Case Keenum keep... He was able to sling it really well last week. And Sam Bradford's already been ruled out. So is Case Keenum going to be able to keep slinging it against this Lions defense, which had 3 picks on Sunday. So that's something to look at. He's been using Thielen and Stephon Diggs. So those 2 guys are in the both top 5 in terms of receiving yards this year. So that's something to look at, especially against Darius Slay and company. So we'll see how they're able to do that. Now the next key thing to look at here is going to be that is Matt Stafford going to have to play captain comeback again and come back at the end? He should have had another game-winning victory. I think he should have had a game-winning victory last week. I don't know how you overturn that, but it is what it is. I do think that the Lions are a little bit better than the Vikings. The Vikings have the better defense, but the Vikings offense does go hot and cold, I guess you can say, by evidence in that Steelers game. So that's something to look at. Another thing to look at is going to be Vikings defense. Are they going to be able to force Matt Stafford to play from behind? Are they going to be able to force turnovers, get the sacks that they need, down in distance, keep them in unmanageable, like 3rd and longs, 3rd and 7 or longer? That's something that we're going to have to look at. So moving to our next thing is 3 reasons why. 3 reasons why the Lions will win, and 3 reasons why the Vikings will win. So 3 reasons why the Lions will win is that they're able to play with the lead for once. Matt Stafford is able to run a little bit of clock here, and he's been able to make huge throws on 3rd and long to keep the chains going against a tough Vikings defense. Number 2 is that the Lions are able to play. The Lions defense is going to step up in this game against the Vikings offense here. Able to shut down Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen here, and able to take away Dalvin Cook, who's played really well as a rookie as well. So that's something to look at. The Vikings are able to get off the field on 3rd down. The Lions are able to get off the field on 3rd down against this Vikings offense, then they should be able to win this game. Force the Vikings to play in long third and longs. And number 3, the Lions are actually able to have some semblance of a running game. Able to use Theo Riddick, Amir Abdullah. If they're able to give those guys some carries and those guys are able to average at least 4.5 yards a carry, 4 to 4.5, they should be able to win this game because their running game is huge, especially for Matt Stafford if he ever had one. Now, 3 reasons why the Vikings will win this game. The defense is able to dominate, force Matt Stafford into turnovers, and they're able to rack up 4 sacks. That's something that you have to look at here. Number 2, Case Keenum keeps playing pitch and catch with Diggs and Thielen. He's able to throw for another 300-yard game, 3 touchdowns. It's just something that he's able to do. And then number 3, Dalvin Cook is able to continue on with his tough running, bringing some type of run offense back to this team. The Vikings offensive line has played really well too, especially considering how they played last year. So that's something that you have to look at there. And Dalvin Cook is able to rush for over 100 yards and get a touchdown in this game. If that happens, the Vikings will more than likely win this game. Now, my prediction for this game is that the Vikings will actually win this game. The Lions have looked really good, but I'm gonna take the Vikings in this game. I like their offense and defense combo versus the Lions offense and defense combo. The Vikings defense is great. Xavier Woods is going to shadow the best receiver, which could be Golden Tate or Marvin Jones. We'll see. Matt Stafford loves Golden Tate, so if he's able to keep throwing the ball at Golden Tate, and Golden Tate is able to keep 7-8 yards a catch, they can stay ahead of the chains here. So that's something that we have to look at. I'm going to take the Vikings in this game. I'm going to take the Vikings 27-20. Matt Stafford's comeback bid falls short as he's picked off on the 3rd play of his potential game-winning drive here. So that's just something I think will happen. Vikings win 27-20. Dalvin Cook goes for over 100. Case Keenum throws for another 280, 3 touchdowns. Um, that's just what I think will happen. Vikings defense comes up big, has 4 sacks, and forces 3 turnovers. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it, guys.